Hey there, happy Tuesday. So I am here at the Hafner Real Estate Command Center in Murfreesboro. And what I'm doing is answering some real estate question and answers. Hold on a second, let me look at this real quick. All right. Okay, how do I get rid of that? Let's try that. There we go. So I'm answering some real estate questions and answers. These are the questions that I get when I'm out with clients or when I'm meeting with people or people come and ask me. And I thought it'd be a good idea to share some of them here so that people could get questions answered and stuff. So today's question is about down payments. How much of a down payment do I need in order to buy a house? So let's talk for a second, before we get into that, let's talk for a second about why it's a great idea to buy a house. If you look up on my Hafner Real Estate Facebook page yesterday, I believe it was, I posted something about millennials and what motivates millennials to buy a house. Well, one of the things that wasn't listed there that I think is the best reason to buy a house is that it's kind of like a forced savings account. If you would have bought a house in Middle Tennessee, 10 years ago, the odds are, if it was below $200,000, the odds are that you're close to doubled what the value of that house was in those 10 years. So there's no other real investment or way you can put your money away if you're renting where you can build that kind of wealth. So right now, over the past 20 years, Middle Tennessee's property values have been average. Now this is the average. They've been averaging an increase every year of 5.7%. So you can't, that's just a great way to force yourself to save money. If you're paying rent, you're losing out on all of that appreciation that happens. So there's a lot of people that what they do is they say, oh man, I got to save up $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for a down payment before I can buy a house. And that's just not the case. So sure, if you have that much to put down on a house, you're going to get favorable mortgage rates and all that sort of thing. If you pay cash for a house, that's even better. But you can buy houses right now. There's loans available where you need zero down. If you are a veteran, there's a zero down VA loan that you can get, that if you're a disabled veteran, you don't even have to pay the fees that the VA would charge other veterans who aren't disabled. So that's one place you can go if you don't have a lot of down payment money. Another one is here, especially, maybe not in the center of Murfreesboro or in Nashville, but in some of the areas out in the county, you can get a USDA loan if you qualify for that. And that has some income level things where if you make too much money, you don't qualify for it. But that's another one that allows you to put zero down. So, if you don't qualify for those, there's conventional loans that have as little as 3% down. An FHA loan has 3.5% down. So if you're buying a $200,000 house, that's $6,000 or $7,000 that you need in order to be able to put that down payment on, get that savings going where you're building that wealth and equity in your house. It's really key and important to go ahead and get with a lender, give a real estate person a call, give me a call, and let's talk about where you're at. Let's talk about the savings that you have. Let's talk about the money you have to put down on a house, because it's really, don't waste your money on that rent, because that rent is paying off the house that's owned by your landlord or paying off the apartment complex that's owned by the landlords who own that. And they're getting all the wealth that you're earning them by paying off their mortgage by giving them rent every month. Just imagine if you're paying all that towards your own property and your house is just going up in value every single year. And all of a sudden, 10 years from now, you've made $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in equity just because you live there. You need a place to live anyway. So you might as well go ahead and be building that wealth by, when you pay your payment every month, paying it to the bank, so you're paying down that mortgage and building that wealth. So do what you need to start putting some money aside. We just came out of tax season. Instead of, if you have a tax refund, instead of using it to buy a vacation or to buy, clothes or to buy whatever, save that money, put that aside and use that for a down payment. If you're look for ways where you can save money. Or if you're going to Starbucks, my wife loves Starbucks, and it costs a lot of money to go to Starbucks. And if you go there on a regular basis, just think, if you let's say you're going to Starbucks 4 days a week and you're spending $6 or $7 per visit. What if instead of doing that, you got yourself a Keurig and made yourself some coffee at home every day? I know, sacrilege for those who are Starbucks fans. But let's say that you save that money instead and just put that money in your bank account. Over time, that all adds up. So put some money away, get yourself ready to go and get a house. If you don't have any money, but you are ready to buy a house, give me a call, give a lender a call, find out if you qualify for a USDA loan, find out if you're a veteran, whether or not you can get a VA loan. There's ways you can do that. I am a big advocate of home ownership, and I think that it is a great way to build wealth and have kind of a forced savings account. If you're young and you buy that home now, there's people I know who bought a house in California 20, 30 years ago for $100,000 or less, and they've sold that house. It's worth millions of dollars. So I mean, you work all your life to put that money away, but it could be growing exponentially if you're just putting it into a house. So that's about it for today. So send me your real estate questions. I'll be doing this periodically, coming on and answering them and seeing and letting people know what the answers to those things are. As I come across things with people, we'll put them out there. But let's get your questions answered. Let's figure out how you can get in the house you want, or how you can sell your house more effectively and make more money on the sale. But I will catch you next time. Thanks.